What is up, my ducks and drakes? Welcome to the Crawdad Lake, and today we are finishing up Snake Charmer, a Logicality fanfiction by Marigold214. If you'd like to check out the fic for yourself, I would really appreciate if you went into the description. This fic is amazing, and it'd be really cool if you showed them some love. So there are links to the author's page on Wattpad, and the fic itself will be in the description below. Now, on with the story. Chapter 11. First Encounters. Now, Logan. I thought lying was wrong. Patton. What you wearing there, Padre? Oh, this? Well, I thought I would change my look to celebrate joining my new family. Patton. What has that serpent done to you? Oh, I didn't do anything. They all turned and watched Deceit walk out of the forest and stand next to Patton. This was Patton's decision. He decided to join the people who actually cared about him. What the heck are you talking about? Oh, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you, Logan? What's that supposed to mean? It means that the only reason Patton came with me to the dark side in the first place is him. He pointed to Logan. Yeah, nice try. Oh, Logan, you haven't told them that part, have you? Well, kiddos, it went a little something like this. The night that Logan gave me that silly cat hoodie was the night I was finally going to tell him how much I loved him. I was going to tell him I wanted to be his boyfriend. Unfortunately, he didn't exactly feel the same way. You see, while I was thinking about how much I cared about him, he was complaining about how much he hated me. What? I believe your exact words were, Patton's the reason he feels so dejected all of the time over events that transpired months ago. He'd probably be better off without his presence altogether. Sometimes I wish they would just go away. Patton, that's not what... No! I'm done being lied to all the time. By all of you. He uses his bracelet to summon a large wolf to ram Logan into a nearby tree. Logan! Virgil rushed over to help him. Deceit is the only one who actually cared about me the way I do about him. Patton, what are you talking about? You can't trust Deceit. Well, it seems like he's the only one I could trust anymore. Lord of the Lies. Deceit told me what you guys really think about me. How you think I'm a gullible pushover? He slashed at Roman with his dagger. Whoa! And how you think of me as an exact opposite and hate every bone in my body. He summoned a huge snake to smack Virgil away from Logan. Oh, Jesus! And you, he pointed at Logan leaning against the tree. You hate anyone who can be smarter than you. He walked over and pinned him against the tree by his throat. You hate me because you think of my ideas that go against whatever solution you came up with. So you think they won't work just because you didn't have the intelligence to think of it yourself. Roman tackled Patton and restrained him on the ground after pulling him off of Logan. Ah, that hurts. I'm sorry, Patton, but how can you trust Deceit more than us? The people you've known all your life. Because he actually loves me. Deceit kicked Roman off of Patton and then helped him up. And I love him. He grabbed Deceit's collar with one arm and kissed him. The three sides just stared, absolutely stunned. Patton pulled back and clutched his other arm. Oh, my arm. Don't worry, dear. We'll take care of it. Let's leave them alone for now. It seems like they have a few things to talk out anyway. Deceit grabbed Patton and disappeared with him. Logan stared in the distance blankly. Well, that just happened. Chapter 12. Together. Virgil slammed Logan against the tree and pinned him. What did you say? Do you really say all of that to him? Did you? No. I was talking to myself in my room because I was feeling emotional. I felt really angered for no reason, and I just began saying whatever came to mind. I swear I didn't mean any of it. I even corrected myself and said how important he was to Thomas and to me. Virgil sighed. Okay, I trust you, but that doesn't mean I forgive you. He let Logan go. Logan rubbed his shoulders, still letting them throb. Thank you. If we're all done with the blame game here, can we please talk about what the heckity heck just happened? Yeah, like how Patton was able to make those animal spirits or whatever they were. I think he made them with the bracelet I created for him. I guess Deceit stole it from my room, and when I wasn't looking, he gave it to him. Speaking of Deceit, how is it that he convinced Patton that he was in love with him? I mean, I know Pat's got a big heart and all, but being forced to love that snake has got to be across the line. I can't believe it. Me neither. It's just sick. No, I can't believe how much Patton hates us. All that rage he felt towards us. I can't believe he would ever think that we would honestly feel that way about him. Yeah, I would never think Patton of gullible, and he's hardly a pushover. When he thinks something is a bad choice for us or Thomas, he stands his ground to make sure we choose the right decision. And yeah, me and him are kind of opposites, but I don't hate him for it. I like that he's so different from me. He brings me some much needed light into my life. I actually see why he hates me. I try to live my life without emotion because I thought I'd be better off without it. I said that we'd all benefit from the lack of feelings in a fit of rage. I made him feel as if he isn't important. Such an idiot. He slammed his fist against the tree, making some of the leaves fall. Now he's in love with that snake charmer. Actually, I'm not so sure he is. What do you mean? As I said earlier, I can sense when we are in love, right? Well, when they were here, I could feel Deceit's love for Patton. So Deceit is actually in love with Patton? Yeah, I'm afraid so. Wow, loving someone other than himself. Surprising. But when I was holding down Patton, I could tell he felt something for Deceit. But I don't think it was quite love. I think it was something else. Something else? Like what? I'm not so sure. Then again, I could be wrong. Well, we won't find out just standing here feeling upset over false truths. We are going to find Patton, stop Deceit in whatever he's planning to do with him, and bring Patton back, just like we promised Thomas we would. Virgil, can you still find Deceit's hideout? Yeah, I think so. Then let's go. We are going to prove to Patton how much we truly care about him, and that we will never give up on him. Roman puts away his sword, no matter how hard the trials. Virgil put on his cloak, no matter how long it takes. Logan adjusted his glasses. No matter what the cost, we'll get him back. Together. You should give pep talks more often, Lo, Roman complimented. It's all about the facts, now onward. The three of them then resumed their journey, onward to Deceit's lair. Chapter 13. Painful Plans. In a different part of the forest, Patton was sitting on a tree stump while Deceit examined his arm. Ow, it hurts. Really, I thought having a dislocated shoulder would be a fun experience, but it must have happened when Roman tackled you. Really not time for your sarcasm, honey. I was just trying to distract you. Distract me from what? Deceit snapped his arm back in. She'd take mushrooms. Language. Did you just say language? Sorry, it just slipped out. Marvel reference. Now, how does your arm feel? A little bit better, though it's probably gonna be really sore for a while. Deceit kissed his shoulder. How about now? Yeah, much better. Maybe I should have thought of a better plan than just lashing out at them. Probably. How about this? Together? They easily overpower us, so what we need to do is separate them. What? Why can't we just ask the other dark sides to help us? The others aren't as powerful as we are because they aren't used as often as us, so they will have to wait until we get rid of the other three, so their opposites can come forward and replace them. Opposites? Think of it like this. You are Thomas's morality, one of the main sides of his personality. One of the light sides that represent his sense of right and wrong. I am your opposite. The dark side that personifies his sense of wrong. Each of the light sides has an opposite, or dark side, that represents a darker side of them. Except for Virgil, who used to be a dark side. Once we get rid of them, their opposites can take their places as the main sides. Oh. Now, as I was saying, after we separate them, we can each take a part of their group. I'll take Panic at the Everywhere and the Microsoft Turg, and you could take the Mr. Drama King. What? I'll take Virgil and Logan, while you take Roman. Oh, good plan. But there's just a problem. And what is that problem? I'm taking Logan. He's the one who made me feel like this. He's the reason I feel so empty inside. So I want to be the one who shows him exactly how this feels. I understand, dear. He brushed some of his hair out of Patton's eyes. It's only right for you to be the one who gets revenge on the person who ruined your life. You could take Logan, and I'll take Prince Iody. Did you just call them by their ship name? Well, they do like each other. I'm surprised they're not dating already. I know, right? I've been trying to get those two together for, forever. I even made them hold hands once in the Valentine's Day video. Nice one, by the way. Now, let's get to work. He took Patton's arm and led him off into the forest. Chapter 14. Fight Scene 1. Stronger than Deceit. With Roman, Logan, and Virgil. Ugh, why must Deceit have his room on the other side of the forest? Why couldn't we have just popped outside his door? Because he doesn't like it when people try to sneak up on him, so he makes them appear as far away from him as possible, so that he'll have time to sense their arrival. That way he can surprise them instead, like he did with us. Well, this time he won't be surprising me. Deceit appeared behind them. Surprise. Ah! Roman jumped and squealed. I thought you were the brave one. Where's Patton? Logan said sternly. Deceit stopped laughing. You foolish dummy. I'd be more concerned about yourself if I were you. Patton appeared and tackled Logan, taking him into the forest. Logan! Virgil called out. Now, let's see just how good you are with your fighting skills. Shall we? Deceit summoned 2 twin daggers with yellow and black tinted blades and dark green handles. You know, for someone so evil, you certainly have an amazing taste for detail. Thank you. I'm sure they'll look even better when they're covered in your blood. Actually, the dark red would clash terribly with the color scheme, and Deceit rushed over towards them with his daggers raised. Roman raised his sword to block them. Ha! You're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. Virgil disappeared into the shadows and reappeared behind Deceit. Sup? What the fuck? Virgil kicks him in his side. Yeet! Deceit rolled away and lowers into a crouch. I see you've learned a few new tricks since you left. along with some unusual vocabulary. Yeah, pays to be on the winning side of things. And Vine. Well, you won't be enjoying it for much longer once I finish off the two of you and Patton gets rid of Logan. It'll be a piece of cake to take over Thomas and make him my personal puppet. Well, to get through us, you'll have to beat the world's best combat technique, Roman said confidently. And what would that be? Roman smirked. Dance fighting. He snapped his fingers, and music started playing in the background. What the fuck? Come on! You didn't seriously think the series wasn't going to include at least one musical episode, did you? This wouldn't be a true Sanderside series without a song, now wouldn't it? He looked at the fourth wall like he's in the office. What musical? I don't want to sing. I'm not singing. It's your favorite SCS song. Fine. Yes! Princiety. I'm immediately regretting this decision. Here together, and we're never going down at the hands of likes of you. Because we're so much better, and both of us are saying go get 'em. The two of us ain't gonna follow your rules. Come at us, we're not scared of you, you scaly fool. Let's go, just us and you. Let's go, we're not gonna lose. Rowan and Virgil started singing together. Virgil clearly not enjoying it, but going along anyway. Go ahead and try and beat us if you're able. Can't you see that our partnership is stable? I can see you hate that we were grooving, but we think you're just mad 'cause you're losing. You're not gonna stop what we do together. We are gonna stay like this forever. If you knock us down, we'll just come back better, and we'll always be twice the size you are. We fought for love, love, love. Stop this! Refrain! You can't comprehend it with your light-infected brains. Unhand me! Can you see I've already won? When Patton gets back, we'll put you to your end. The end of fun. I mean it! Desist! I just can't stop thinking of how enjoying it will be to rip you apart, limb from limb, and soon I'll have Thomas bending to my every whim. This is who we are. This is who I am. And if you think you can stop us, then you need to think again, 'cause I have a feeling that you will meet your end. I won't let you hurt my family, and I won't let you hurt my friends. Go ahead and try to beat us if you're able. Can't you see that our partnership is stable? We know you think you're not something to be afraid of, 'cause you think you've seen what Thomas is made of. Well, we are the reason that he's come this far. Everything he cares about is what we are. I am his worthy, I am his passion. We are his personality, and we fight for love, 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 and it's stronger than you. Love, 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 and it's stronger than you. Love, 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 and it's stronger than you. Love, love. Give it up, D. You can't beat us. You're right, I can't beat you. Unless I even the playing field. He created Python right in front of Virgil. What the? Watch out! Virgil! Roman shoved him away, getting bit by the snake instead. He collapsed to the ground. Roman! Virgil kneels down beside him. Well, it's not what I was going for, but works for me either way. Virgil picked up Roman's sword. You'll pay for that, you cold-blooded murderer. He rushed at him with a newfound fiercity. Yeah! Deceit barely managed to block the dodge his attacks. Come now, Virgil, you can't possibly care for that pathetic prince. I thought he was nothing more than a nuisance to you. You're wrong. Roman is my friend. He knocked away one of Deceit's daggers. Ah! Roman is my family. He breaks Deceit's other dagger. Ow! Ow! But most importantly, he knocked Deceit down. Virgil, please. Virgil raised his sword. Roman is the freaking love of my life. He stabbed Deceit in the stomach. Ow. And don't you go messing with my man. He removed the sword from Deceit's stomach. Blood continued to spill out of his guts. He clenched his stomach, and he disappeared before Virgil could finish him off. Virgil stood there, panting for a moment. Shoot! Roman! Virgil ran over to him and dropped the sword. Roman! He held Roman's head in his lap. Roman? Roman, say something. Roman, please don't leave me. He started crying. No, please. Not you, please. He held him and started sobbing. Virg? Virgil looked up. Roman? He wiped away some of his tears, smearing his eyeshadow on his face. A nice makeup style. I told you to start using waterproof cosmetics. Virgil sniffled and chuckled. How are you even alive right now? Well, I'm a prince, and a prince must always be prepared with some proper questions attire, including my extra-strength boots, made purposely by Fairy Godmother. There was only enough venom to knock me out for a bit. Plus, I think I got some payback. He gestured to his boot, with the snake's fangs stuck in it. Virgil carefully pulled out the fangs and tossed them aside. How is it that only you could save lives with nothing but a good fashion sense? Just comes naturally, I suppose. Virgil laughed. You big idiot. But I'm your big idiot. What? That's right. I heard every word you said to Deceit. Now, unless you didn't really mean it, then I'd like to consider me yours as well. But if you really didn't mean it, then you talk too much. You know that, Princey. He kissed Roman to shut him up. Roman blushed as red as a sash as he returned the kiss, until Virgil broke the kiss. As much as I've been waiting for this moment, our job's not quite done yet, Sir Sings-a-Lot. Unfortunately, you're right. Let's go see if we can find Patton and Logan before Deceit does. Deceit will be licking his wounds and trying to salvage what's left of his ego and pride for a while, so I wouldn't worry too much about him. Well, either way, we should still probably find the other two. Okay. Can you get up, princess, or do you need me to sing to you as you pet my hair? I can do it myself, thank you very much. He swayed a little, getting up, and nearly falled. Virgil caught him. You sure you're all right? Yeah, just a little topsy-turvy at the moment. Yeah. Virgil put an arm around him for support. Oh, let's go, princess. Chapter 15. Sorry, I can't read. Chapter 15. Fight Scene 2. Heart versus Mind. Logan and Patton were standing in the forest, staring deep into each other. Logan stood up after being tackled to the ground and led away from Roman and Virgil. This is why I dislike sports. Well, you won't be alive much longer to be able to play any. Patton, you know this is not the logical answer. Oh, yeah? You would know all about the logical answer, now wouldn't you? Patton, think about it. Do you honestly believe that that snake has your best interests in mind? The only person Deceit cares about helping is himself. He only wants to make Thomas into his slave. He is going to turn Thomas into a very despicable person, and none of his friends will want to be around him anymore. He will be responsible for Thomas' inevitable downfall. No. He wants to help Thomas, just like the rest of us. You guys just assume that he's always up to something. But never stop to consider the possibility that he wants to do good. You guys are the ones corrupting him, not letting him reach his full potential because you don't want to put in any more effort than you have to. You guys don't know what's best for him, but I do. And what's best for him is for you guys to step down and let the dark sides take over, so they can actually help him. Help him enjoy the rest of his life. Patton summoned a chicken. The chicken ran around, occasionally pecking at Logan while summoning batch mother cluckers over and over again. What? What the heck? Lizzie, 1229, appeared riding an adorable rainbow unicorn. You're welcome. They leave quickly as they came. Okay, then. Patton breaks off the chicken charm, causing the chicken to disappear, but not before he says, "See you in hell, you son of a chick." Okay, let's try that again. He summoned a huge snake. Finally! Sick 'em, boy! Logan dodges the snake's charge. Patton, I don't want to fight you. But killing you won't be as fun if you don't. The snake rears back its head in to strike Logan. Whoa! Logan rolls away to dodge his attack. Alright, that's it. He used his glasses to throw a nearby rock at the snake's head. The snake became disoriented for a moment. Yeah! Logan speared the snake through the head with a large branch. The snake collapsed and turned into smoke. Wait, no! He looks down to see the snake charm on the bracelet break off. Well, at least now things are getting interesting. He summoned the wolf. Don't worry, his bite is much worse than his bark. The wolf crouches down and growls at Logan. That is not the correct expression. Good canine? The wolf barks at him. Okay, not good. He started running away from it. The wolf began chasing him. Oh, Logan, he only wants to use you as a chew toy. I prefer not to be treated as a ragdoll, thank you. He trips on a root and looks behind him as the wolf runs up to him. Oh, shit. The wolf bites down on his leg. Ah! Good boy. Now finish him up. Logan starts looking around for something to help him. I can't believe I'm doing this. He grabbed a stick and waved it in front of the wolf's face. Here, boy, you want to play fetch? You really think that will fetch? He threw the stick away from him. The wolf immediately let go of his leg and chased after the stick. I cannot believe that worked. Oh, come on! Get your fluffy butt back over him! Kill him! The wolf was too busy chewing on the stick to listen to him, though. Yeah. He used his powers to pull down a nearby tree on the top of the wolf, crushing it and turning it into smoke as well. Patton saw that his wolf charm broke off. Ugh! Will you just stop destroying my pets? He summoned a large grizzly bear that began running towards Logan. Then stop critting them and just talk to me. He threw the bear against the tree. I'm done talking. If I wanted to listen to your constant jabbering, I would have stayed and forced myself to live with my pathetic excuse for a family. How could you leave the people who loved you so much? Nobody liked me. Nobody cared about how I felt. Everyone thought that anything I tried to contribute was stupid and weren't special in any way. Even you hated me so much that you tried your hardest to live your life without me. Patton, of course I like you. I care about you so much that I never thought I would. There are so many amazing things that you do, and your unique skills that only you possess, that the rest of us don't, that help Thomas in insurmountable ways. Yeah? Like what? Patton, you're the most thoughtful, compassionate, and loving person I've had the pleasure of meeting and getting to know. You care so much for everyone else around you, even though they don't always return those affections. When people are upset or angered, you try your best to help them to the best of your abilities. Are you kidding me? I am constantly getting in the way of things because I'm so emotional. I am far too trusting of others. I cause Thomas so much pain with my bad feelings when the only thing he should ever be feeling is happy. I constantly give him away my love to people who just throw it away like it's nothing, or they abuse it for their own personal gain. I make situations worse by always assuming that everything will end in sunshine and rainbows. Everything about me that you think is so great and special are just parts of me that I wish I didn't have. So I'm not going to let you stand there and remind me of everything I hate about myself. I never asked to be this way. I never asked to be created like this. He looked at the ground. After the night I heard what you thought of me, I constantly thought about what was so wrong with me to make you hate me so much, and thought that the problem wasn't in me. It was me. He wrapped his arms around himself. I wanted to leave that place for so long. All I wanted for my life to be over. To let Thomas have a happier life because I wasn't in it to ruin it for him again. I knew that you guys could easily take over my job and do what I did so that Thomas could be happy. Roman could have used his imagination and positive attitude to make him feel better. Virgil could have protected him from falling in with the wrong crowd and avoid making bad decisions. And you could have used your knowledge to solve any problem that got in his way. He lowered himself to the ground. I wasn't important to the group. I didn't contribute anything to discussions to help. And me and you constantly fought over what was the best for Thomas. You even tried your best to live your life without any feelings at all, proving that everyone could live their lives without me. No wonder you didn't love me. He threw the dagger Deceit gave him at Logan. You should just kill me and get it over with. Then you'll be doing everyone a favor. Logan limped over to him and sat down next to him. Patton, look at me. Patton slowly lifted his head to look at Logan, not quite meeting him in the eyes. The only reason I tried to keep my feelings buried deep down inside of me is because I was scared of them. What? I'm scared to feel anything for anyone because I've seen what it can do to people when feelings are involved. People get hurt. People make insurmountable mistakes, and feelings can make the whole world feel like it's pressing down on you, and I thought it was better not to feel anything rather than to feel bad. But I've come to see that feelings aren't all bad. Sure, there are times when you feel as if life itself isn't worth living anymore, but there are moments in life when you wish you could experience them for eternity. Life is just like one big roller coaster. It has its ups and it has its downs, some bigger than others. But at the end of the ride, everything turns out in the end. There are things in this life worth fighting to live for, like your family and your friends. They say you gotta take the good with the bad. I take it all as long as I have you. Patton, I could never apologize enough for what I said about you all those weeks ago. I never should have said those things. But I meant what I said after that. Feelings are very important to Thomas, to others, and most importantly, to me. I couldn't bear living without you in my life, Pat. Patton looked directly at Logan after struggling for a long time. Really? Logan nodded. Really. Patton slowed down to wipe away a few tears. I couldn't stand living without you either, Lo. He smiled slightly. Logan sighed. I have no idea how relieved I am to hear you say that. He opened his arms. Awkward family hug. Sincere family hug. He jumped forward and clutched him tightly. Logan held him close as possible while trying to breathe, as is being crushed by Patton's hug. Patton broke the hug, not hearing the slightest gasp of air from Logan. I'm sorry for going all crazy earlier with the whole thing. You know, the trying to kill you and making myself fall in love with the deceit thing. You know, that small thing. No worries, Pat, but is there any chance that you could forgive me for the things I did and said? Well, not now, but maybe after a while we can start trying to be friends again. I would like nothing more. Let's go see if we can find the others, and then we could leave this forsaken place together. Sound good? Very good, and I'm sure all the kiddos out there reading this agree. A kiddo reader? What readers? Oh, nothing. Let's go. Okay. Logan tried sitting up. Ow! He fell back down. Oh, gosh, your leg. Shoot. I'm sorry. Here. He took off his cardigan and wrapped Logan's leg in it. Thank you, Patton. I think I should be good to go, as long as I don't use it too much. Patton helped Logan stand up, very carefully. Logan carefully picked up Deceit's dagger and placed it in his pocket. Then they started walking off to find Roman and Logan. Chapter 16. The Cliffhanger. Deceit was jogging through the forest, clutching his wound. Ugh, curse that treacherous backstabbing emo. I can't believe that he actually used to be one of us. At least I managed to get some payback after killing that stupid wannabe prince of his. It will be much easier to corrupt Thomas without him there. And Patton should be able to finish off Logan without too much trouble. He reached to his room and leaned against the outside wall. Perhaps now I could have some rest, now that everyone is busy fighting or dead. Oh, sorry to disappoint you. Deceit jumped at the sound of his voice and turned to see Roman standing next to Virgil. Ha! Who's the scared one now? How did you... Roman flipped his hair back in stroke pose, sparkling like an anime character. Fashion, that's how. What? It doesn't matter, Dee, because you're done. Why don't you just leave me alone? I'm clearly not a threat to you anymore. Because someone must make sure that you're truly no longer a threat to us or Thomas. They all turned to see Logan limping out of the forest towards them. You! What have you done to Patton? I am right here, Patton says as he walked out of the forest. There you are, my darling. It would appear that you need some help with your task after all. Don't worry, together we can... No. What? I said no, Deceit. I'm done playing around with you. It's time to stop. But I thought you were... No, I wasn't. I was so desperate for someone to love me as much as I loved them, that when you confessed to me, I forced myself to love you because I thought no one else loved me. I'm not in love with you. And I never was. I'm sorry. Deceit stepped back, clearly hurt by what Patton said. Fine. If that's how you feel, then you're just as bad as the rest of them. I thought we were in this together. But I guess I'll have to do this myself. You don't have to be the bad guy, you know. Maybe you could come with us and join our side for a while. Spending time with us showed Virgil how good he could be. So maybe a little light in your life can help you do the same. Who knows, maybe one day we could forget about all this, and you could become a part of our fam. ILY. Not likely, no freaking chance in heck. He tried to kill us. I have a better idea. Deceit then started sprinting into the deep, dark forest. Logan shouted, After him! We can't allow his escape. They all began chasing Deceit through the forest. You keep this up, and you're gonna bleed out from the wound of yours. It doesn't matter. After I get rid of you, I'll have all the time in the world to heal after I take over Thomas's mind. You refuse to let that happen. We'll stop you every time you even think about harming him. How will you have the time to save Thomas when you're busy trying to save yourselves? He creates a large group of snakes behind him. Let's see how you try and keep up. He then runs off further into the distance. They all stop before they reach the snakes. Oh, come on. Don't worry, guys. I have a plan. Roman, if you decide to get all heroic on me again, I swear I'll bring you back just to kill you myself. Oh, don't worry. I have no intention of getting bit after what happened last time. Last time? When was there a last time? Well, you see, this is not story time right now. Deceit's getting away. Virgil's right. We must... Wait, where did Patton go? They all look and see Patton kneeling on the ground, surrounded by snakes. Patton! Aw, you guys are so beautiful. I love how shiny your scales are. He starts petting a few of the snakes. Patton, what are you doing? Patton looked to Virgil. Making friends. He then turned back to the snakes. Hey guys, would you mind if you let us pass? We have a bad snaky to catch. Please? Then the snakes began to make a path in the middle for them. Logan starts stuttering. Apparently the bracelets also lets me talk to animals, which makes sense, seeing how I could control the spirits I summoned somehow. Well, that's one way to do it. I was going to suggest killing them all, but, that works too, I guess. Yes, despite the slightly unorthodox method, that was very intuitive thinking to do, Patton. I'm proud. Thanks, hello. Virgil looked between them. Am I missing something here, or... No time for that now. We have to catch up to Deceit before we lose him. They all carefully ran between the snakes and continued through the forest at a leopard's pace after Deceit. Patton waved to the snakes. Thanks! Meanwhile, with Deceit, that should keep them busy for a while. They are a persistent bunch, I'll give them that. Whoa! He stopped himself before he falls off the cliff ahead. Ugh! Why did I put that cannon to surround the dark side instead of a moat or something? Bad real estate choice, really. Deceit turned to see them standing behind him. How are you all so athletic? Thomas doesn't even work out. Just leave me alone. You've already hurt me enough. Patton stepped in front of the others. I'm sorry I broke your heart. Trust me. I know what that's like. I never should have led you on like that. Patton, I'm begging you. Come back, please. I can't. It wouldn't be fair to either of us. I don't want you to live with someone who doesn't care for you as much as you care about them. And I don't want to lie to someone and pretend that I want to be with them. He gestures to the others. These are the people I want to be with. Logan stepped forward and placed a hand on Patton's shoulder. Likewise, Patton. Roman stood up on the other side of Patton. It wouldn't be a Fam ILY without you. Good to have you back, Popstar. Fine. If I can't have you, no one can. He leaped at Patton. No! Logan screamed. He tackled Deceit in mid-air to roll away off the edge of the cliff. Logan! Chapter 17. Snaky Situations. A few minutes later, Logan was still falling with Deceit. Did you have to make this canyon so deep? No, of course not. I made it this deep just for the heck of it. Falsehood. Yeah, no dip, Sherlock. How dare you use Sherlock's name as an insult? Oh, would you just relax, computer germ? I've already been tortured enough these past few hours. Stabbed, insulted, heartbroken, betrayed. I don't need a lecture from you added to the list. My day couldn't possibly get any better. Then they both hit the bottom. I stand corrected.
He stood up, clutching his wound tightly. That is not going to leave a scar later. He took off his cape and used it as a bandage. Ow. Logan picked himself up and dusted himself off. Well, with the way you've been acting lately, I'd say that all these events are justified. Oh, please, all I ever wanted was Patton. And if I managed to finally take over Thomas while I was at it, so be it. While it looks like neither of us will get with Patton, given our current circumstances, he wrapped his arms around himself. I'm surprised he'd even want to be with you at all, after everything you said about him. I can't believe he would even choose you over me. I mean, sure, you admitted how important he was to both you and Thomas at the end of your little rant, but he wasn't there for that part. Wait, how did you know what I said at the end if Patton wasn't there to hear that information or relay it to you? Oh, shoot. It was you. You were the cause of my anger. You're the reason I said all of those horrible things about Patton. It took you long enough to figure it out. I totally thought you were smarter than that. I used my powers of deception to make you believe that your stronger feelings toward Patton were negative instead of positive for a short while. I thought it was only a matter of time before Patton gathered the courage to confess his feelings to you after you gave him that ridiculous hoodie. I knew that you would give him the motivation he needed to finally come forward. So, knowing you had some disapproving feelings about how the events of the day went, I simply added to them and amplified them till you burst. And it just so happened that Patton was outside your door when you hit your limit. You little... I would do anything to have Patton as my own, and I refuse to let someone like you take him away from me. Logan walked over to him and shoved him against the wall. You're not going anywhere near him. Oh, I know. You won't let me, so I'll just have to persuade Patton otherwise. What are you... Ah! He stepped back, holding his neck. He looked down to see a snake wrapped around his neck, biting him, then falls on the ground, on his hands and knees. What are you doing to me? Oh, don't worry. I won't kill you. Yet. This will just make sure that you never get in my way again. If Patton truly cares for you so much, let's see how much he's willing to give up for you. Logan then slowly started standing up and looked at him with a blank stare. Now, let's go find my future partner in crime, shall we? Logan answered in a monotone voice. Yes, sir. Deceit smiled. Excellent. Chapter 18. Sacrifices. Back at the top of the cliff, Patton was sobbing on the ground. No. Why? Why did you? Virgil walked over to him, giving Patton a big hug. I'm sorry, Pat. I know he meant a lot to you. Patton hugged back tightly. I just got him back. We're finally going to be together again. Son of a shit, take room! Roman stabbed his sword into the ground. We had him. We were finally going to end it, but Deceit is always one step ahead of us. I should have done something. I could have... Stop. It's no one's fault. No one could have done anything. But I should have. I'm the prince. I should have been able to save everyone. I saved Patton, but lost Logan in the process. I should have protected everyone, but I couldn't. Virgil walked over to Logan, obsessed Roman at the moment, and grabbed him by the shoulders. Listen to me. I'm not going to just sit here and let you blame yourself for something that you couldn't have possibly known was going to happen. If anything, it was Deceit's fault that any of this happened. If it weren't for him, we never would have came here in the first place. Yes, you are a prince, but that doesn't mean you have to be everywhere at once or do everything yourself. You can expect every mission or quest of yours to go perfectly every time. we tried our best to look at what we have accomplished. We saved Patton, we fought Deceit side by side. You saved my life. We stopped Deceit once and for all, and unfortunately, it cost the life of one of our best friends. But be grateful for Logan's sacrifice instead of treating it like it was for nothing. Roman smiled a little. Thanks. No problem. No. Patton stood back up. What? I said no. I refuse to believe that Logan is dead. Patton, until I see it for myself, I'm not just gonna leave him trapped here by himself. Not after everything we've gone through. And even if he's gone, we should at least bring him back to the light side instead of just leaving him to lay at the bottom of some canyon in the dark side. Even if we decide to try to bring him back, how would we even get down there? Well, we are just a clever visual metaphor used to personify an abstract concept of thought that lived in Thomas's head. So we shouldn't be able to be hurt too much from anything in the mindscape, no matter what side we're on. You two stay here in case they come back up somehow. Patton, what are you? Patton ran off and jumped off the cliff. Patton! They ran to the edge of the cliff and looked down. I can't believe he just jumped. Who would do something stupidly life-threatening for someone they care about so much? Virgil gave him a dead glare. Right, forget I said that. Should we follow him? No, he needs to see for himself what happened to Logan. But what if he really is alive? Then we fight like heck to keep him, and everyone else that way. Roman looked back at him with a stupid grin. Chapter 19. Final showdown. I'm sorry, that's the name of the chapter. I'll shut up. Patton, still falling. Well, you know what they say about cliffhangers. He hit the ground. Oh, well, looks like I hit rock bottom. He stood up and looked around. Now, time to find Logan. Logan? Logan! Come on out and show me that styling pair of Warby Parkers. Silence fell over him. Well, love has failed me. Deceit appeared, leaning against the wall. Not quite. After all, I'm here. Oh, hey, Deceit. Have you seen Logan by any chance? He's about your height, your age, your face. Fell down here with you? Nope. Doesn't ring a bell. Deception, Sanders. You tell me where he is right now, young man. Oh, Patton, always the father figure. If you want to see him that much, then here. He gestured off to the side where Logan is walking towards them. Logan, I'm so happy to see you. He runs up to him. Logan just continues to walk past him to stand by Deceit. Logan? What are you doing? Oh, I'm afraid he's a little snake-charmed at the moment. He points to the snake constricted around Logan's neck, still biting him. Logan, what are you doing to him? Deceit stood behind Logan, placing his hands on his shoulders. Oh, just taking precautions. The snake around his neck is slowly injecting venom into his veins, drop by drop. Soon there will be enough flowing through his bloodstream to kill him. He already has a fever, and it won't be long before it finishes him off. He walked towards Patton. That is, unless you agree to my deal. Patton started backing away. What deal? I shall command the reptile to release him and send him home along with the rest of your friends unharmed. He stood in front of Patton. In exchange, you agree to be mine. You shall never leave my side. You will love me unconditionally, and you will never see or have any further contact with them. But I told you I can't force myself to love you. Well, I could always kill all of them. That would certainly solve the problem. Then I wouldn't have any competition. No, don't hurt them, please. Logan passed out and collapsed to the ground. Logan! He ran over to him and held his head in his hands. Logan! Logan, can you hear me? Logan! He put his hand on his forehead. You're burning up. Deceit stood behind them. The venom has begun to enter his brain. He doesn't have long, I'm afraid. So ask yourself, are you willing to let him die, knowing you could have done something to save him? Patton looked down at his hoodie, still wrapped around Logan's leg. He sniffled. Okay, I'll go with you. I knew you would make the correct decision. One condition. You let me say goodbye to him. Fine, but make it quick. I just love heart-to-hearts. He rolled his eyes and walked off a bit to give him some privacy. Patton lifted him up and hugged Logan tightly as possible. I'm sorry. I just wanted to protect you, and instead you had to nearly give up your life just to protect me. I wish I didn't have to end like this, but at least you'll be free and happy with the others. You'll have to look after them for me while I'm gone. Keep them out of trouble and never stop helping Thomas with every fiber of your being. Logan weakly grabbed Patton's arm. Logan? Logan could barely speak. Finish it. What? Logan slowly pulled out Patton's dagger from earlier and held it out to him shakily. Patton hesitantly takes it. I know you could do it. Logan passed out. Logan! Are you done with your little heartfelt moment yet? Patton laid Logan on the ground and stood up, quickly hiding the dagger behind his back. Yeah, I am. Now take off the snake. Of course. A deal is a deal. He walked over and kneeled down next to him and placed a hand over the snake. The snake let go and disappeared. Now, give him the antidote for the venom. Oh, this antidote? He held up a small vial with green liquid. Yes, you said you'd give it to him. Deceit stood up. No, I said I'd let him go with the others unharmed. I shall not harm the other two, but he shall leave as is. That wasn't the deal! Deceit turned to Patton. If I let him live, there's no guarantee that you won't still go back to him. If he dies, I'll have your love all to myself. You lied to me! Well, no duh. I'm literally the personification of lies. Of course. He stood in front of him. I will make anyone believe anything to get what I want, and no one is going to stop me. I will have Thomas's mind, and I will have you as my own. He grabbed her shoulders. Who would want to be with a cowardly snake like you? All you do is cover up who you really are, so no one sees just how broken and twisted you are inside. I know the others love me for who I am, and nothing you say will ever make me think otherwise, ever again. The only person lying about their own personal emotions is you. I'm never letting you deceive me, or my family, ever again. Patton stabbed him in the chest to hilt off the dagger. Patton started crying. I'm so sorry that it had to end this way, son. Deceit fell to his knees, clutching the dagger. You know, I'll never truly be gone. I'll always be a part of Thomas. Yeah, you'll always be there in a mental sense. But you'll never physically be here to hurt anyone ever again. Then you know I'll never stop loving you, even if death does us part. Deceit then disappeared into a cloud of yellow dust as he died. Goodbye, Deceit. Patton picked up a vial from where Deceit dropped it. He held on to Logan. Hold on, Logan. Just hold on. You're gonna be okay. He kneeled down next to him and poured the antidote into his mouth. Okay. You just gotta find a way to get you back up to the top and get you home. Come on, Patton. Think. He looked down at his bracelet. Aha! He summoned a large eagle. Hey, buddy, mind lending me a hand? Or talon? The eagle bent down and let Patton climb up, holding Logan tightly in front of him so he doesn't fall. Okay, let's go. The eagle took him towards the top of the cliff. Meanwhile, did you hear that? You mean the loud scream that sounds like someone's dying of heartbreak, betrayal, or something? No, not at all. What if that was Patton? We need to get down there. And what exactly do you plan on doing once you get down there? We jump like the rest of them did. Oh, yes, because that sounds like a great plan, except how are you planning on getting everyone back up here? I seem to have left my hot air balloon at home in my other hoodie. Well, you don't have to be so sarcastic about it. Sorry, but sarcasm is one of the few languages I speak. Well, maybe you should grab an English dictionary sometime and give it a quick skim. I don't see you coming up with any ideas. I'm not the one that's capable of saving damsels and whatever the male form of damsels is. So why don't you try being the savior for once and come up with a plan? Oh, sure. How about I just use my magic staff to whisper to a butterfly like a psycho so it could somehow summon a flock of dumb, giant, extremely convenient vultures? Then Patton flew out of the canyon on the top of an eagle. Roman and Virgil were speechless. Roman opened his mouth, just for Virgil to hold up a finger. Not one word. Roman closed his mouth. Chapter 20. Resolutions. The sides went back to the light side. Patton carried Logan to his room and laid him down in his bed, before joining the others in the living room. Do you think he'll be okay? We'll check on him later to see how he's doing, but I'm pretty sure you got him the antidote in time. I hope so. Should we go tell Thomas what happened? Take it from his anxiety. He'll probably be worried like crazy about how things went. We should at least tell him we're back and maybe wait until Logan's better to tell him everything else. Okay. Gosh, it'll be nice to see him again. Where is he? Well, it's 12 o'clock on a Saturday, so we all know where he is. The three of them looked at each other and nodded. Sleeping? Roman shrugged. Yep. They all popped up in Thomas's room. Time to get up, kiddo. Oh my God! I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to scare you. No, not that. I've been feeling really weird and tortured since you guys left. What do you mean? I feel like I've been slammed against a bunch of walls, sliced and stabbed several times, and bitten by a nervous animal. I feel like I fell off a cliff and freaking died. The sides all stood there in awkward silence, sharing glances. Yeah, that kind of may be our fault. Who knows? We've been feeling what you've been feeling. What? You guys been stabbed and dying? Who died? Was it Logan? No. He's fine. He just needs some rest. We've all been through a lot. They all tell him about what happened in the dark side. Then Patton tells them about what happened to Logan and Deceit. We're gonna keep checking on him every now and then, just to make sure he's okay. Alright, but are you okay, Patton? I know it must have taken a lot for you to do what you did. I can't even imagine what you're going through right now. Yeah, it's certainly taking a toll on me. I know I only did what I had to do, but I'm not proud that I killed someone, and I wish that I could have done something to avoid it. I hate myself for thinking it was the only way to end things. If I could have just take that moment back, I know I'd still make the same choice. I just don't know how I can learn to live with this guilt I feel. Some things are just inevitable, Pat. I remember the first time I vanquished a beast on one of my quests. It was an accident. I was absolutely devastated that I ended its life. But I knew if I didn't, several lives would have been lost because of the beast's tyranny. It will take time for you to come to terms with your actions, but you will get through with this because you're not alone. We're all here to help you, and we'll do our best to get you back on your feet. Hopefully things can be somewhat like how they were before. Thanks, guys. I don't really feel any better about it, but I guess I could just hope that one day I can forgive myself for doing it. I know you can, Patton. I have faith in you. But quick question, though. What's with the spooky outfit? Oh, yeah, I should probably change back. He changed back into his old outfit. There. Good as old. Now that everything's mostly back to normal, I am going to take a nap. It's 1 PM. Oh, sorry, what was that? I can't hear you. What? Too busy sleeping. He lay down and pulled the blanket over his head. Nighty-night. Okay, then. I guess we're going to bed as well? Not me. I'm going to have an afternoon movie marathon in the living room. It's not a movie, but I definitely need some be more chill time after all that adventuring. Or maybe something else. I don't know. I try to make a reference. You know I'm not clever. Of course you're not a nerd, but mind if I join you? Only if you bring the Nightmare Before Christmas DVD. Only if you let me sing all the songs. Only if you let me sing This Is Halloween by myself. Only if you let me sing Sally's song by myself. Over my dead body. If it weren't for me, you would be a dead body. Let me have this. Boys, you're both pretty. Can you go now? Oh, sorry, Dad. Yeah, sorry. First one to the remote. Sing Sally's song. They both ran to the living room. Roger used his cloak to teleport to the living room. But in the distance... I win! Roman, also in the distance. Dang it! Remind me to never make you a gift again! Oh, but I thought you loves me. Shut up. I said I love you first. You can't prove that. Patton chuckled to himself. It's good to be home. He left Thomas's room and started walking to his own, passing by Logan's room, and hesitated for a moment before walking in and shutting the door behind him. Hey, Logan. How are you feeling? He walked over and sat on the bed. I hope that you're doing all right. I don't know what I'd do if you didn't make it out of this because of me. I need you. I promise you'll get better soon. I'm gonna stay right here with you until you get back on your feet. Then we can start getting things back to normal between us. Sound good? He lay down next to him and held his hand. Please, just be okay. He fell asleep. A few days later, where Patton was once again asleep in a chair next to Logan's bed. Patton, it's time to wake up. No, 5 more minutes, Logan. Wait, Logan? Logan! He suddenly sits up and accidentally headbutts Logan, who is leaning over him. Ow! Oh, gosh darn it! He held his own head. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry, Logan. I was so happy to hear your voice. He stood up and pulled him into a crushing hug. Oh, likewise, Patton. Are you okay? Do you still have a fever? You feel a little warm. Do you need some ice? I could get you some. I don't know if we have any, but I think we still have some frozen veggies we could use instead. Maybe I could... Patton, it's all right. I'm okay. Though I may faint from lack of oxygen if you don't ease your grip. Oh, sorry. He let go and took a few steps back. I said loosen your hold. I never said let go. He wrapped Patton in a hug. Patton just stood there shocked. You never want a hug. Well, based on recent events, I'd say at least one hug is in order. Patton hugged him back, less tightly. I think you're right. Like always, I'm so happy you're safe. He buried his face into Logan's chest. Logan started rubbing Patton's head. And you. Thank you so much for listening. Ooh, fanfics just get me in the vibe. Yeah, this episode was a lot longer than the last one. I didn't know that the last 10 chapters would be so much longer than the first 10 chapters. But either way, thank you guys so much for listening. Go in the description, you'll find links to the author and the book. I please encourage you to support them. If you look even further down below, you'll see a Google form to my Wattpad Read Aloud recommendation form. You'll also find all my social medias like Twitter, Wattpad, Instagram, along with a link to my second YouTube channel where I go live. And it really do be poppin'. If you're in the mood, you could swing on over and listen to another Wattpad Read Aloud. Or there's also a video on the screen of something that my channel provides that YouTube would like to recommend to you. This fic was very fun to read, and I loved just Patton just going whoop whoop like a roller coaster. Just all in all, thank you for listening, and like always, do your best.